From the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, this is Carolina Week.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for the April 7th edition of Carolina Week. I'm Aaron Messmer.
And I'm Michael Handy. Our top story tonight, in the face of adversity and sorrow, a visit from the Commander-in-Chief buoyed the spirits of the Marines and family members at one military base in North Carolina.
The course is set. We're on the advance. Our destination is Baghdad, and we will accept nothing less than complete and final victory.
President George W. Bush rallied thousands of Marines at Camp Lejeune Thursday, promising the days of the Iraqi regime are numbered. Bush gave an optimistic progress report on the war, and his remarks were met with shouts and cheers from soldiers and their families. He also paid tribute to those who lost their lives in battle. Following the speech, the President and the First Lady ate lunch with Marines and met with family members who lost loved ones.
Our country has a tradition as well. No one who falls will be forgotten by this grateful nation. We honor their service to America, and we pray their families will receive God's comfort.
Over 17,000 Marines from Camp Lejeune are in the Middle East. At last report, 11 have been killed.
Coalition forces are continuing their move inside Baghdad. Here are the latest headlines as of Monday afternoon, April 7th. American troops arrived in the city, raiding one of Saddam Hussein's key presidential sites. Coalition forces also destroyed a statue of Hussein. Iraqi forces showed little resistance on the raid, but 2 Marines were killed on the southern portion of Baghdad when an Iraqi missile struck a bridge over a canal. President Bush met with British Prime Minister Tony Blair in Ireland on Sunday to discuss post-Saddam Iraq, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and the Northern Ireland peace process.
Seniors, don't forget to check out Senior Week activities. Here's a look at what's happening this week. On Tuesday, seniors will have Service Day on Polk Place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If it rains, Service Day will be next week. On Wednesday, you can attend a money management seminar from 7:30 p.m. till 9 in Mitchell Hall, room 5. There will be a free barbecue dinner in Carmichael on Thursday night starting at 6. And if you want to climb the bell tower, you'll have your last chance on Friday, April 11th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. The events wrap up on Saturday with the senior class ball. For more information, log on to seniors.unc.edu. As of Monday afternoon, seniors have 40 days till graduation.
Seniors and graduate students, if you don't have a job lined up, don't give up hope just yet. Career Services is holding its spring job fair on Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Representatives from 55 companies plan to attend the event. That's up from 49 companies last year. Career Services says the job market is looking more promising. There are lots of job opportunities in sales, law enforcement, social services, nonprofits, and financial services. Some of the big names making appearances include Rubbermaid, Target, the CIA, and the Peace Corps. More details are available on Career Services' website. You can link to it through our website at carolinaweek.org.
And if you don't want to find a job the old-fashioned way, you might want to consider your other assets, or should we say talents. Carolina Week's Jade Biggio has more.
Warning, the following people are all plagued by the same insatiable desire: stardom. And for a lucky few, the road to fame might have begun right here in Chapel Hill. Judges from CBS's television show Star Search came to UNC campus Friday looking for new talent. They had hundreds to choose from, and contestants were more than willing to show us their talent.
Oh, here in the dark, in these final hours.
And yes, Mr. DeMille, they're all ready for their close-ups. Carolina freshman Anthony Stokes was first in line.
I got here about 4:30 this morning.
9-year-old Christina Vensko wasn't shy about why she was auditioning.
I like being on TV.
She and her mother drove all the way from Alexandria, Virginia, so Christina could dance for the Star Search judges. After it was over, Christina said she was happy with her audition. Her favorite part of the day:
when I did my no-hand cartwheel.
Other UNC students came out to try and win the judges over.
Learning from each other's nowhere, looking to see how much we've grown, and the only boy who could ever reach.
Those selected had callbacks Saturday. Judges then send videotapes of their favorite contestants to CBS, who make the final selection. I was curious to see if I had what it takes to be a Star Search contestant, so I let 9-year-old Karina Lopez give me some pointers.
Nothing more than feelings. Does that
She's
again.
good, I can't sing with her. Nothing more than feelings.
Very good.
So maybe I should just stick to reporting. In Chapel Hill, I'm Jade Biggio, Carolina Week.
Hundreds auditioned on Friday, but only 35 to 40 people received callbacks. All 40 could be selected to compete on air, or perhaps none will be chosen.
Stepping. It's an art form involving stomping, clapping, and rhythm, and it's always a crowd pleaser. The Mu Zeta chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity hosted Greek Freaks Saturday. More than 3,000 excited fans attended the step show and after party. Sororities and fraternities from along the East Coast came to Carolina to show their rhythmic talent on stage. Groups used a combination of dancing, acting, and stepping to entertain the crowd and compete for the grand prize. The prize of $1,300 went to the AKAs from Duke University and the Sigmas from the University of South Carolina.
And that does it for news.
But here's something to think about before we return with Sports Spotlight. If Kansas beats Syracuse Monday night, does that mean Carolina's #1 because they beat Kansas earlier in the season?
I don't know about that, but we could find out soon if their coach is headed this way.
That's true.
We'll see you next week.
Good night.
Racial steering is illegal. If you think you've been a victim, call the National Fair Housing Alliance. We'll respond within 24 hours and help you take action.
Can I take your order, please?
Yeah. Hi, could I get a number 2 with a lemonade, please?
Could you make that a number 5 and make it a chocolate shake?
Number 5 with a chocolate shake.
What are you doing?
I'm ordering for you.
No, actually, I'd like a number 2
with a chocolate shake.
With a lemonade,
actually.
Sir, could you please stop that?
I just wanted to order a number 5 with a chocolate shake.
I'd really like you
All
to
right,
stop
lady.
That. I'd like you to stop it.
No.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Sports Spotlight. I'm Brad Broders. Coming up, the baseball team tries to take the sting out of the Yellow Jackets. We'll also look at whether college athletes should get paid. But first, more news about Carolina's men's basketball coaching situation. We've heard from the players, the administration, and even the fans. Thursday night, former men's basketball coach Matt Doherty had an opportunity to speak out about his final days at UNC, as well as hopes for the program's future.
No one met with my assistant coaches. No one met with my secretarial staff. That is disappointing. No one said, you know what, let's try to fix this. We're going to have the players and the coaches. I'm going to force a meeting, force conversation. I want them to do well. I'll take some satisfaction and then winning a national championship next year. They're going to be good next year.
Off to a 21-9 start, there's no coaching controversy with the Carolina baseball team, as Mike Fox and the Heels kicked off a 3-game series with conference-powered Georgia Tech Friday. Carolina's defense looks good early on. Sean Farrell makes the catch and nails a throw home to nail the Jackets' Jeremy Sladen. Speaking of launches, Ryan Blake hits this moonshot to left, 3-2 Heels. But the Tar Heel defense falls apart with 4 errors in the 5th. Tech puts up 3 runs and wins 10-6. Carolina rebounds to take Saturday's game 7-3, but more trouble Sunday. Georgia Tech pulls ahead early in the top of the second. Eric Patterson's double to left field put the Jackets up 5-0. UNC tries to rally back in the fifth on center fielder Mel Adams' home run. But Georgia Tech can't be stopped, scoring again on a Matt Danford wild pitch and ran the Larn to the 12-5 victory. Coach Fox says he's disappointed with the team's ACC start.
I wish we were over 500. I'd feel so much better if we were, 5-4. Certainly 6-3. It's not the case. It means we're going to have to go, harder for these next 15 games in the league.
Light rain in the area delayed Saturday's softball doubleheader for nearly 2 hours. But Carolina had to weather a storm of a different kind once they stepped on the field, taking on 16th-ranked Florida State. The Seminoles opens the scoring in the third inning when FSU's Jessica Vanderlinden drives in Natasha Jacob on a sac fly. Noles up 1-0. Though the Heels put 7 runners on base in the game, Carolina can't push any across the plate and falls to Florida State 1-0. In the nightcap, FSU completed a sweep of the Heels, winning 4-0. Carolina will remain at home for a non-conference doubleheader against Campbell on Wednesday. After losing 3 straight matches to California, Duke, and Tennessee, the women's tennis team reversed that streak this weekend. UVA takes the early advantage by winning the doubles point. Not a problem for the Heels. At number 3, Aniela Moshes easily wins her match, 6-4, 6-2. Later on in the number 1 spot, Kate Pinchbeck slams it in. She'd go on to win her match by the same score. Tanya Markovic, Marlene Mejia, and Kendall Klein also win their matches for Carolina. Don't call it a comeback. The Tar Heels roll to a 5-2 victory. The men's tennis team also hoped for a reversal of fortune Friday afternoon as the Heels took on Florida State and hoped to end a 6-match slide. FSU jumps ahead early by winning the doubles point, and in singles play, Carolina's Nick Monroe wins his 4th match in a row. In other singles matches, the Heels' Tristan Menion wins this point against Florida State, but can't muster enough offense to win the match. Despite intense singles battles, the Heels can't overcome the Seminoles, losing 4-3. Carolina falls to 7-9 on the season and 0-4 in conference play. As college athletics becomes more and more high profile, the line between professionals and amateurs becomes harder to see. Carolina's Week David Shoemaker discusses a push to end the distinction altogether and start paying the players.
Anyways, they're just like the pros. Big-time college athletes are entertaining, talented, scrutinized by the media, and adored by their fans. In fact, the only major difference is that they aren't paid. Although college football and basketball ticket sales, TV contracts, and sponsorship agreements generate millions of dollars in revenue, the players just get a scholarship while the school keeps the profits. Carolina basketball player Melvin Scott thinks the players deserve a piece of the pie.
They make a lot of money off us, and it's like a 9-to-5, man. Put a lot of work into basketball and the books, studying, and things like that. Absolutely. I like to see my pockets get, fat, and absolutely, yeah.
And Melvin could get his wish. A bill in the Nebraska State Legislature seeks to pay a stipend to athletes at the University of Nebraska. The bill's intent is to encourage other states to follow suit and won't become law unless they do. But Carolina Athletic Director Dick Broders says the final decision on such issues lies not with state legislatures, but with the NCAA.
Student eligibility is governed by the NCAA. I don't know how an individual state could pass a law that would supersede the NCAA regulations.
Former Carolina basketball coach Dean Smith served on an NCAA committee discussing the issue. He believes players should receive something to cover day-to-day expenses not covered by their scholarship.
We came up with a $250 a month, which is similar to the $15 a month that in my day everybody got.
Bador agrees.
I've been on record as supporting that idea of some funds for incidentals. But I will tell you that NCAA-wise is not a notion that is supported.
So until the idea does gain NCAA support, the debate will rage on. In Chapel Hill, I'm David Shoemaker, Carolina Week Sports.
Well, that does it for this edition of Sports Spotlight. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to tune in to Carolina Week later this week. Have a good one.